Welcome, guys. PSG in here. It's the PSG show, second episode. Today I have my two guests. My first one is Zayed,
Hey, what's up, guys?
and we have Kevin.
Hey.
So today's topics will be surrounding the latest news this week. We will start with international duty, where I will ask them to explain what has happened, so everyone gets up to notice and their opinion about the situation. So, could Kevin, can you talk a bit about the Hakimi situation? What has happened?
Apparently, there have been a coup in the country called Guinea, where Morocco was having a game, and then they have been stuck over there for like a few days, and they have safely returned back right now, but they have been stuck over there, and their life are like under danger.
Okay, so and did they escape? Did they just take a plane away?
It's have to do with politics and stuff. Apparently, the club was involved in this. There was some statement coming out through like Twitter pages and stuff. But yeah, they were like deported. Like they didn't have to like sneak out or anything.
Mm.
It's kind of unclear because it's politics and like not everyone reveals everything.
Yeah, and Hakimi also put out a message on his Instagram. Do you remember what it was?
Yeah, it was just to like reassure his fans and people that he have arrived safely back in Morocco, and then you know just an update on the situation. That's it. Thankfully, he came back.
Was PSG involved in any of this?
I'm not really sure, but I do remember seeing some tweets from, I guess it was the page, uh, official page or something. I'm not exactly sure, but I do remember seeing something coming from there. It's politics. I'm not really into that.
Okay.
I don't know much about the situation.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. Zayed, do you have anything to add on?
For the Hakimi situation?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Move on. Next up, we have the Brazil Argentina game. Uh, I can talk about this a bit. So, Argentina and Brazil were gonna play, and then out of nowhere, in the, like 15th minute, a guy from the Brazilian government came in and yeah, didn't let the game resume because of four foreign Argentine players coming from the Premier League, which England is in a red zone because of coronavirus in Brazil. And yeah, the game got stopped, and I believe Argentina got 3 points. Zaid, is this
Yeah.
like, should this be happening in football right now?
I mean, considering the COVID situation, like Argentina should have been prepared because like they put out a statement, VR football, like about how like not just for Brazil, Argentina, like for other countries, people from the Premier League, right? They'll not be able to be playing, and they already knew this, but they still came with like the people from the Premier League, and because of that, the match got cancelled, and now I'm pretty sure they'll be playing, and then this game postponing it when the PSG game will be happening, they'll be playing that. So that's gonna affect like the team.
But will the Premier League players even be able to play then?
I think they'll have to quarantine until then. That's why they're postponing it for another week
Mm-hmm.
because it's 2 week quarantine, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, like they already put out a statement. I don't know why they would do that, but
Yeah. Kevin, anything more you have on this
Yeah.
thing?
What I heard was that the governing body who like hosted this event and had had some agreement with the Brazilian government, but they apparently cheated the governing body called CONMEBOL, and there were like many sources stating that the 3 points would be awarded to Argentina because of this non-cooperation, and yeah, it was just disastrous overall because this game streams at like 12:30 in the morning over here
Yeah.
in India, and then like many people were like awake to see this, because of the history behind this, Argentina Brazil rivalry,
Yeah.
and then to see this happen in like the fifth minute was like it was very hard.
Do you think it all has to do with the football, or is it more? Is it political, as the Hakimi situation?
I think it's very political because if it was for the football, they could have done plenty during the 3 days. The apparently Messi said that they were there for 3 days where they did nothing, and then like when the game started, I think it's like I don't know. I don't think, like, especially after they lost the Copa America, I don't think it's like, I think it's have to do more with politics rather than football
Mm.
because they had plenty of time to do their things.
Who do you think are in the wrong in this? Is it Argentina? Is it Brazil? Is it both?
I think it's a mixture of both because Argentina could have been more clearer with the paperwork, and Brazil could have done something. The government, of course, could have done something before the game. Instead of making such a big spectacle of this, they could have done with this in a civilized manner.
Yeah.
It's just shambles, to be honest.
Mm. Zaid, who's to blame here?
Both parties, because like they already made a statement because of COVID, the World Cup qualifiers will be changed, more on people from England in the Premier League because of the rules by the FA, and they knew that, and Argentina made the mistake, but it's also Brazil's fault mainly because they canceled that game. Like they already played the game before that, they could have also played this game. So like it's a difference of opinion.
Mm. Yeah, for me, as you said, Zaid, both are to blame because Argentina and the Argentina players knew this before it happened, and they just could have not gone on the pitch like the Brazilian players from the Premier League, like Thiago Silva, Richarlison, Fabinho. Every one of those respected the rules and stayed in England.
Yeah.
So I put the blame on both because also the Brazil, like, you have to be more strict. They could have sent them back home or something. How did they even
Yeah, they
let them
played the
come
game
into the
before,
country?
so that's
Yeah.
so unfair. They played the game before.
All right. Next up, Kilian Mbappe injury. Kevin, do you think it's a severe injury?
I don't think so. I don't think that it's a severe injury. I think it's like something minor. I did not see this
Pretty much.
match, but I did read about this. But I don't think it's a severe injury.
Mm. Zaid?
He should be shit for the game.
I didn't really see the game that much. I know he was like decent that game, nothing big, but the injury didn't look too bad. Probably like a routine ankle injury. I
So
think it'll be like 1 week or something. He'll be back. It's
do,
not that bad.
some people are even saying he will miss the first Champions League game against Club Brugge.
I mean, if Pochettino wants to play that safe, yeah, but like, I don't know much about the injury. Like, it's not that huge, but he's definitely gonna miss the next League One game for sure.
Mm.
Like, it will not heal that. I think it's a normal sprain, to be honest.
Yeah.
A sprain or like a.
Mm.
It can't be a fracture because that'll be like months.
I believe, yeah, same as you guys, that he won't be out for that. What's your expectation on Neymar this season? My expectation for Neymar this season is around 15 goals, 15 assists, like putting in prime Neymar performances in the big
Yeah.
Champions League games. Either him or
And not
Messi.
getting.
Yeah. I don't think he will get a big injury this season.
Yeah, I don't. To be honest, I think if he even gets injured, it'll be like a little one. I don't think this year he'll get injured.
Yeah.
I think he's put on a lot of muscle mass, and like
True.
he didn't even get injured in the Copa America, which is like so surprising. He got tackled the most.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our answer for your question. So Mbappe, I believe, yeah, he will be back for the Champions League game. I believe so because he's motivated. But the problem is Poach this season has been very, very like with injuries and stuff. Like we saw, it took a long time until Messi's debut and Neymar this season. So we will see. Next up, Zaid, it's your favorite player.
Not my favorite, but like
It's Marco
this is like
Verratti.
probably like the best performance out of everyone in the international break. He got like an 8.1 SOFA score rating. Like he was the highest rated player on the pitch, and
Yeah.
like it was a normal. It was like a classic normal performance. Like he does this for the last goals, but it was the best performance on the pitch. So like he played all 90 minutes. He had 127 touches, and he had 92% pass accuracy, 3 key passes. He had 2 long balls that all completed them, 1 big chance created, and he had all of his 6 ground duels. He won all of them. So like it's an accurate performance from him.
Mm.
But Italy as a whole played horrible, like considering how much shots they had as top stats. And it was against Bulgaria, like they should be winning this, right? Immobile, like always, not clinical. Chiesa was good as always, and Insigne was decent. Donnarumma, like another PSG player, he was good, not that bad. But like I think Italy's attack is so overrated. They're getting like so much hype, but they can't be clinical when they need it. So yeah, that was a big problem.
Yeah, I've heard that Marco Verratti is back in Paris because he got like a strained ankle injury or something.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I doubt it because he played
After the
he was on the
Switzerland
bench
game.
after the Switzerland game. I don't know because he didn't start, right? He came on like the last minutes.
I believe
Like
PSG Hub tweeted it. You can check it.
I think PSG called him to be safe. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
But
It's PSG are trying to be cautious with their big players or players that like to
yeah,
get injured.
but yeah, going back to Verratti, like it was a good performance, but like no one's really like talking about it due to like the how badly he played as a whole. But they're still unbeaten, so they're holding the same record.
Yeah.
26.
Kevin, what are your like thoughts and expectations of Verratti this season?
I think Verratti runs that midfield. I think midfields supplies the ball forward, and it helps with defense. So I think it's like the most important position. And Verratti is the guy who runs our midfield. He's a captain. He knows how to lead. He's well organized. But the only problem he has is that it's injured quite often,
Yeah,
and I guess that's why he got like pulled out of the squad, because I don't think PSG wants to take any risks,
Mm.
yeah,
because he's the only person who could play both CDM and CM very well in that squad. He's like one of the best players
yeah.
like in our squad, and like we have a lot of expectations on him. So I don't think we want to risk that. Maybe that's why we pulled him off the squad.
Mm. Yeah,
Overall, he's just brilliant.
yeah,
Yeah.
I 100%
I mean,
agree with you.
he played 1 full game, and like that's good for Italy. It's good for him personally, but like his games aren't even important, you know. So like
Yeah,
him, Mbappe are both going back after minor injury, mainly Mbappe. But PSG want to take precautions, which is good because look, when we went to the final in the UCL, so much people were injured. Like Mbappe was injured, right? Verratti was injured. Like we need this whole squad like to not get injured in the UCL
true.
mainly.
We got a
My
question.
expectations are for Verratti to be like not injury prone this season, uh, be consistent like he is always, and in the UCL, I want him to just like do his magic in the knockout stages.
We believe in him. We have a question. So a quick answer from both of you. What was more painful, 6-1 remontada to Barcelona, or UEFA Champions League final loss to Bayern München?
Oh,
Zaid, you can start.
definitely the final.
Final. Kevin, what's yours?
It was a final. It was too hard because we came so far, and
Mm.
then it was like right there. Even Barcelona and all those tops teams like considered 7-8 goals. Like we just lost to that one goal, and being it from the hands of like Coman, who was like our youth product. Yeah, it hurt all the more.
It hurt a
Yeah,
lot. Yeah,
like what I tried to do after the Champions League final was like, at least we reach a Champions League final. Whilst the 6-1 loss, I couldn't take it because I remember when we won 4-0, I went to every Barca fan I knew. I told him, oh, this, you shit, and then the comeback. So I would say
Did the trash talk.
that was
But the
more
thing about the
painful.
comeback is it was unfair. It was a like
Yeah,
referee was on the
I
side.
know, but still, like in the moment, I wasn't thinking about unfair or something. I just wanted to progress,
Yeah.
and
But the final, we lost the trophy. Like I think that's way more important.
yeah. Now
Because we
that's
also choked to United, right? Like that comeback too. So
mm. Yeah. So let it's official. That's your answer.
Uh,
Any more questions? All right. Next up, everyone can say quick about Diallo, and I will start. So Diallo this season, he hasn't been that good as he usually is in the left back position. A bit shaky, a bit too much attacks down his flank. Idrissa Gueye has played, I believe, 2 games against Brest and Reims, and we all remember that goal against Brest and a very good performance against Reims. So, and they have both been very good with Senegal this international break. Quick question: is Mbappe injured? Yes, Mbappe is injured. He was injured against Ukraine, playing for France. No, not. Was it Ukraine? Or was it another team? Kevin Zaid, do you know?
what are you saying?
Was it
Mbappe,
against
Mbappe?
Ukraine?
Well, hold on. Let me search it up.
I believe it was against Ukraine he was injured. So yeah, MSN best trio
It was
ever.
against.
He was injured.
Yeah, it was against Ukraine.
Yeah, against Ukraine. Kevin, Kevin, anything you want to add on the Diallo guy this season for Senegal or for PSG?
I wouldn't rely on him much. To be honest, I would pick. I would look at the Nuno Mendes because he's really good at what he does, and Juan Bernat because yeah, Juan gets injured a lot, but he's just world class. Like he's underrated, like criminally underrated. Like no one rates him much, but we know how good he is. Especially UCL Juan.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't think he was world
yeah,
class,
so
but he's definitely top 5. Honestly,
he's really good when he's fit. The,
yeah.
and
He's a
that's the
modern day
thing.
left back. He attacks a lot. He's always involved in goals.
Yeah, and especially with like Hakimi and Neymar up front, I
Exactly.
think
Yeah.
Juan Bernat and Mendes. I wouldn't count on Diallo very much, to be honest.
You know what I'm thinking with this team? Like, we have the thing about this team is we need someone who's more of a box to box midfielder, right? Because Verratti, he's a deep playmaker, right? He plays deep. He's basically another type of DM. And then we have a natural DM guy. So like if we can get a box to box, like let's attack a little bit, play up front like Pogba or something, like we're set.
Maybe Kessie because yeah, he play as a CDM for them, but he's capable of
Yeah,
playing that box to box player position.
yeah. We're coming to
Yeah.
Kessie soon. Just a quick question. He asked, yeah, Mbappe's injured, and then he said another one said, is our squad depth going to cause us problems this season due to the names in the squad? I believe that players like Messi and Ramos, in the twilight of their career, they won't be like, oh, I'm not starting and so on. And I believe it will just make the other players work harder instead of it making us inferior with players being angry. Like Icardi, he's a big player. Maybe not the biggest, but he's okay with starting in less games and when other people are injured. Zayed, do you think that the squad depth, with it being big names, will have a bad influence on the PSG team?
No, I don't think so. I think our squad depth is good. Everything's fine. Like everyone agrees with each other. But like I hope the only thing I'm worried about is a goalkeeping situation. That's it. Other than that, I don't think Icardi, these guys don't mind. Like they love the club. It's just the goalkeeper situation that's worrying me a lot.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but there is a problem when you face Manchester City or or Chelsea, for example, on the round of 16. Their super subs are very good, not the same quality that we have here.
Yeah, I would agree that one problem at PSG is Pochettino, with the system he plays, it's just the starting 11 that fits these positions. Like
Yeah.
If we play at 5 at the back, Diallo won't fit at the 5 at the back. We need to have replacement that can play in our starting system. Like, if we play a 5 at the back, Wijnaldum can't start. He can't play as a two-man midfield.
Yeah, he definitely can. He's not.
So very good point there from Kamal. All right, let's talk about the new signing, Nuno Mendes. Kamal, you can start. What do you think about the signing?
Yeah, I think he's very good. He actually Portugal produced lots of talent. I think that he's our missing piece because Bernat has an ACL that was 1 year. So I think that it will be very good. And I watched some compilations for 2 minutes, and I watched some of the last match that he played. He plays actually very well. He's solid in defense, and then attack is very good. So not like Hakimi, he will come back in defense and help the others.
Do you think that with him being good in dribbling in 1v1 situations will be very good?
Yeah, and he's yeah, and he has 3 lungs. He's very good. He could run 90 minutes. Not like Florenzi. I know he's a right back, but Florenzi had a problem that he couldn't fit more than 60 minutes. Hakimi and Nuno Mensch could play more or less 90 or 120 minutes every match, no problem.
And with Sarabia going to Sporting Lisbon in the deal, do you think that we will miss him at PSG? Will he be a misplay at PSG?
No. Messi is very good. He will be the starting position. If not, Di Maria will play. But I think we're fine. We have two world-class right wings, so Sarabia more or less won't play, and he will be offloaded. So we have more time for rotation, and he won't be used. So he wants to have a chance to play in the World Cup 2022 in Qatar. So I think it's a good chance for him.
Do you think the price tag, 40 million plus 7 million in loan, and Sarabia loaning out with us paying the wages, is that a good deal in 2021?
Actually, I'm very happy for Nuno Mensch, but I think that we couldn't judge because we didn't see Nuno Mensch. But I think for 19.
Okay. Shiloh, are you here?
Hello.
Shiloh, any quick about Nuno Mensch?
I don't know, man. I haven't really seen him play, so I can't give any judgment. I have to see more first.
With his age being 19 and being hyped up by many different people, do you think that he will have a great future at PSG?
Maybe not. We'll see. Let's see what happens.
Okay, Zayed, a question for you with the Nuno Mensch thing. Would you have wanted to wait 1 year to get Theo Hernandez, or was getting Nuno Mensch now a good deal?
I think now, but like there's a con because, like I said, he's 19, right? There's so much people that are talented at that age. It's about how you carry yourself, how much you develop, because like he's still not played in the top like level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he still like showed his like level in a league with full of talents. He's also I've not seen like I can't really judge him fully, but I know his attributes. I saw like 2 or 3 clips, and I could tell like he's really good on the ball. He's really talented. But if you got Theo Hernandez, like it's not guaranteed because like first of all he's born in Marseille. He's a Marseille fan. Second of all, like he's wanted by a lot of big clubs, right? Nuno Mendes on the other hand was wanted by us and City, and we beat him in the race. He's younger. He has more potential. He could probably become like, for the 40 million, he could be like there for his rest of his life.
Do you see the potential in him to become a better player than Theo Hernandez is, at least now?
I mean, considering like who has a higher ceiling, if he's that talented at that age and he develops with like these players in our squad, definitely. But I don't think it's like a loss for us that we didn't get Theo. Like, you know, they're both good in their own way.
Okay. Kevin, for you, Nuno Mendes is an attacking left back, just like Hakim is an attacking right mid. Do you think that will leave the defense vulnerable to attack with only centre backs left?
Well, the thing is that Nuno Mendes is just as good at defending. I saw like quite a few of him, earlier, like a month ago, when I saw people hyping up about him. Yeah, why not check him out? He's actually pretty decent at defending. He could tackle. He's strong. He could stand his ground. He can dribble. He's very fast. he tracks back, which is important because I don't think Hakimi is that good at tracking back. That's where
Are,
all
are,
the
are
back three comes in.
are you
But
sure that he
yeah,
tracks back
Nuno is
well?
good. Yeah, he tracks back actually. He doesn't like his defensive work rate is just as high as his offensive work rate. He have the stamina of a racehorse. He
Yeah,
goes up
that's what
and
the other
down,
guy said earlier.
D- uh,
yeah,
d-
I
throughout
think
the game.
Pochettino will apply the tactic that you have to drop back because playing with three attackers that don't drop back, okay, and they're gonna be really high up the pitch. We're playing with two defensive midfielders, so it'll be safe. Like they will cover for Hakimi, even Nuno Mendes. He'll come back, but worst comes worst, we have two defensive midfielders or that will cover for their space. You
uh,
know what I mean?
Kevin, do you think that when like Hakimi attacks, should Nuno Mendes stay behind with the centre backs or also move up?
I think they should move up because both Hakimi and Nuno Mendes are really fast. And they have the stamina. They both are young. They both are strong. They're not as injury prone as our former, wing backs and full backs. So I think they have the work rate. So I believe they should like keep on going up and down. They're young, so they should do it. Like moving up and moving down. It's something Marcelo did. It's like Marcelo. He used to go up for the offense at the same time track back. I think they both should go up and back.
Okay. Uh, Shiloh. Shiloh.
Yeah, what is it?
You'll get asked the same question. Would you have wanted Nuno Mendes now or waited for a possibility of Theo Hernandez next season?
I think now is the right time because there's a certain time of uncertainty with Bernat. We don't know what his level is yet because after, like, he got an infection after his operation. So I think it's best that we got a left back now, so we can figure out if he's good enough. Because there's no guarantee that the man will be good. So the conditions we set for him are in our favor to see if he's the real deal or not. So, because if he doesn't work out, he can just go back to Porto or what Porto? What was it? Sporting. I
Mm.
think it
Sporting.
Is the deal an obligation or just an option?
I think it was option.
It's
right?
an option.
Yeah,
Yeah,
option. Yeah. So it's in our favor.
Okay,
So
so
waiting. No, it's good. It's a good deal. It's a good deal. I prefer this one over getting Theo Hernandez next year
okay.
for sure. Yeah.
A question I got. This year we will probably play a 4-3-3 with Marquinhos or Ramos being a DM, transitioning into a 3-back in defense. What are your thoughts? Yeah, I believe that's the best way we can play with our players. But the problem is, will Pochettino play it? Like, I saw videos before he came to PSG in Tottenham when he played a 4-2-3-1 flexible to a 3-5-2, where Eric Dyer was the DM that became a centre back. So I believe if Poch just thinks clearly and wisely, he will play that because that will suit our players and formation best. Zaid, a question for you. Do you think that having a front three of players that don't track that much defensively will cost us a lot in the defense and make us concede a lot more than usual?
Considering our midfield is all defensive, I disagree. I don't think that'll happen. It is something to look out for because like it's unusual, to have that much attacking players. But the good thing about the squad is that considering we have like all attacking players, our midfield, if you look at it, Verratti, Gaye, Paredes, they're all really defensive, right? They don't play high up. They track back. They're defensive in their contributions. And if you have a pure DM like Gaye or even Marquinhos, they can cover for the fullbacks going up like Nuno Mendes and Hakimi, which I think will be good because that's what everyone has been saying. Like if you play with a DM, right, it'll be like covering for the attacking people going up.
Mm.
And then we have our center backs behind them.
Yeah. Kevin, do you think that us having an attacking front line, it will be hard in transition against?
I think instead of Guy, maybe playing Paredes would work even more because he could pass as well. And um, I don't know. It's all about opinion. And right now, I would pick Guy, but later on, Paradas have been more consistent in like the past season. He did really well last season. So, like depending on how form goes, I would pick. And I disagree that we would concede more goals, even though we have conceded more goals than the games we have played right now. I think it's all about the starting of the season. But even if we play a midfield too, I think Verratti and Gaia or Paredes have the work, like defensive work rates to like stop goals from going in. And we do have two world-class goalkeepers in Donnarumma and Navas.
Yeah, true, true. Shiloh, a question for you. How crucial will Wijnaldum be to PSG? He's pretty much going to be the nerve of the team to balance the attack and defense.
This might be a popular opinion, but I don't think he's gonna be important like at all. Like at all.
Do you see him starting games around January?
Um, yeah, because of his name, because we just bought him, so he has to play. But if he drops off, he'll be on the bench eventually.
What is it that you don't like or that won't suit PSG with Wijnaldum?
It's just there is no like his game is just very flat. Like he passes left, he passes right, he passes sideways, backwards. Like there's nothing to his game. I need to see more like progressive passes. Like
Nah, he's really
Right.
overrated. I
Yeah,
think
he's
the Premier-
so
Now that I
overrated.
look at it, right, like players like him, not just him, players like him in the Premier League right now, I can name. They're either just runners like Kante, or they're just basic central midfielders like Wijnaldum. Not that much to the game, you know what I mean? So it
Yeah,
depends on what league they go to. Like he's in League One now, like we haven't seen the best of him. Maybe it's because he's getting adjusted, but even on a whole of his game is so flat. I agree.
Kevin,
The thing is
what's
that
yeah, what's your opinion about
Wijnaldum
him?
is like a basic cam, central attacking midfielder. That's where he plays the best. That's where he plays for Netherlands. And as we also in the Euros, he did
Yeah,
really well when he played that position. But in PSG, he just can't play that position
yeah.
because there is no position. We don't have a cam position. We either have a striker or a center forward. And
Even if
center
you play with
forward would
Cam,
either be Messi or Mbappe. And I think Wijnaldum was more of a luxury rather than an actual necessity to buy. We just saw the opportunity and we just, snatched in from Barcelona. We didn't
yeah.
really need him. They were already set with our midfield, but it was an unnecessary signing, if you ask me.
yeah, I agree.
If you wanted a bigger name, we could have just gone for someone like Pogba,
Yeah,
or
but
a younger talent.
the thing is,
But
Wijnaldum was the first signing. Do you guys believe that if we had signed all the other players before Wijnaldum, we would have signed him in the end?
no, no,
No, no,
no.
no
I think
way,
the
no
signing
way.
was rushed, bro. Because we
Uh,
gave double the wages, double the wages. We could have just let him on to Barca, right, and save more money.
yeah. Shiloh,
Um,
you want to say something, Kevin?
yeah, no.
Uh,
Sorry.
Shiloh, who should be our penalty taker, free kick taker, and corner taker?
Penalties, Ney, free kicks, Messi, and you said corners?
Yeah,
Um, Paredes.
Di Maria.
Yeah, him as well.
If he's starting.
Yeah, when he.
Yeah, because I don't think he's gonna start. So.
Or you could just have Neymar on the what do you call it? Other Neymar and Messi on their own sides, and then Mbappe
Yeah.
up front. And Mbappe and Marquinhos, the aerial threats,
Yeah.
and Ramos. Forgot about him.
Zayed, who do you think should be the penalty, free kick, and corner taker?
If you want to go completely accurate, Neymar penalties, Messi free kicks, and like I said in the corners, like if Di Maria is not starting, you could have like either Paredes, Neymar, Messi like on their own sides, or maybe even like yeah, that's actually what I would go for, just Neymar, Messi on their own sides,
And Kevin,
because
you.
they're not.
Penalties would be depending on who wins it. Again, it's Messi or Neymar, or it's just Messi or Neymar. But if it's like one of them who wins it, like if it's Messi who wins the penalty, it should be Messi who's taking it. It's just an opinion, but I think it should be shared. Free kicks, depending on which side you're taking it from, I think it should be split like that. Corners, it would be Di Maria. All in swingers, Di Maria and Neymar.
Okay. I think penalties Neymar because he's actually better than Messi at penalties. Free kicks mostly Messi, but like he will probably give one or and here away to Neymar. And corner kicks, if Di Maria plays, I think him, and if not, it's either Neymar or Messi. Moving on to transfers. Before we talk about the potential signings, let's talk about the potential outgoings. So, Kevin, which three players would you want to see leave the club in January? That's all realistic.
Diallo, I would want Diallo and one midfielder like Ander Herrera. He's like, why do we have him? Like there's already Paredes and like Ghana Gay sitting in the bench right now, and like I think Ander Herrera, even though he have been doing well recently, I think I don't think he will be really a key player for us. So and Herrera, and I would love to see some players getting loaned, like Xavi Simons or Mitchell, because it's wasted talent. Just letting them. I think it's time to like leave them to like actually improve by loaning them.
Yeah.
Uh,
Where do you think you should loan them? In League One or some other league?
A pretty physical, I guess maybe the Syria would be nice because they do play, a very physical game. League One would be good. Uh, and somewhere low, not really high standards like Premier League because they would not just play, they would not get game time
Yeah.
over there considering they are loaned because
If they
somewhere
would go to
I
League
guess
One,
Syria
they would
or
struggle with this.
yeah, I think it's like we better just loan them to Brody or something,
Yeah.
you
Or
know.
something like even like smaller, like you saw like what's his name? Colin Menu. I don't know how to pronounce. He went to Lens. Something
Yeah,
like
he
that.
went to Lens.
They get
Mm.
a role, you know, like
Ismail Garbi, he plays really well, and I think
yeah. I think we can loan
he
him.
would be. We should loan him because it's just wasted talent, like keeping them in the youth system. I think we should like loan them and like make them into the future stars because yeah, we need to do that.
uh, Shiloh, what three players would you want to see leave this on January?
Let's see. Danilo, Rafinha, and who am I missing?
Kurzawa?
Oh yeah, Kurzawa. Yeah, Kurzawa as well.
Are any of them realistic?
Rafinha, I think is realistic. Kurzawa, maybe, because with Nuno Mensch coming in, I don't think he's gonna play. So he might be out. And Danilo, I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, because the thing was, especially left back Kurzawa, like if a big or average team has like a big injury on their left back, they must just get him
Yeah.
because he's decent. Zayed, Zayed, what three players do you see? Shiloh, you wanna say something?
No, that's it. That's it.
Okay. Zayed, what three players do you want to see?
We have a lot of players that are like inconsistent, that just not in their form. I would say, however, I agree on him going out. I think it's also like a bit realistic. Kurzawa, like he rejected Leon, but we need to get him out of the club. He's not the same. He's like a third or fourth choice left back, and then maybe like one of the goalkeepers to create space, or if not one of the goalkeepers, I would say like Rafinha too. Yeah.
Kamal.
Yeah.
What?
Sorry, my internet was cut.
Yeah, we understand. What three players can you see realistically leave Paris Saint Germain this January?
Rafinha and Sergio Rico. and maybe Kurzawa.
Who would you want to see leave the club most?
Kurzawa. No place in the club, and Rafinha. Actually, I want the three to leave because there is no place. Sergio Rico is a fourth choice goalkeeper, and Rafinha has no place, and Kurzawa also the fourth choice left back. So I think there is no place for any of them.
Hmm.
I think we could trade Kurzawa, for example, for Casey in January.
But I was thinking like a player that, because the latest rumors are surrounding Kessie is he has rejected 3 offers at Milan, and PSG are negotiating with him, and Leonardo is negotiating with Maldini to make a small offer in January. I thought maybe they're looking for a number 10, so maybe Julian Draxler.
Yeah, but
But
the thing
but I
is,
think
squad depth.
but I think actually Casey, I think he's better than he's an 8 or a 10. Please, I don't really trade the player.
Don't you think he would fit in a two-man midfield with Verratti?
Actually, yes, Casey is very good. The problem is in PSG when Verratti is injured and he's very injury prone. There is a big problem in big UCL games, for example, against top teams. We will suffer very much in when we play in the midfield. Wijnaldum is very bad until now, and Paredes is good, but he couldn't fit Verratti's boots, and Gana Gay is CDM. So I think there is a big problem when Verratti is injured. So Kessie would be the man because when Verratti is injured, he could fill his boots, not completely as a player, but on the field, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Shiloh, what do you think about the Kessie rumors? Would he suit PSG?
I have no idea. I've never seen him play, so I can't give you my opinion. I need to see him first.
Have you ever seen him in Milan?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Is he like a DM?
He usually played
Yeah.
in the 4-2-3-1 formation with Bernasser. So they were the two holding
Oh,
midfielders.
okay.
And Bernasser is like a bit of a Verratti. Not even close in him quality wise, but so maybe they would fit really good actually together. Kevin, have you seen Kessie play?
Seen a lot of Kessie because, because of Zlatan, I saw a lot of AC Milan games last year, and I'll tell you, he would fit perfectly because he's that one player who could, you know, with Verratti, he would terrorize. That's all I'll say. He have good passing. He could dribble. He's good with the ball. He's strong. He's actually very strong. He could head. He's good at penalties. Not that we need it. He could actually play the central midfield position, and he's very good. Uh, he- like they got knocked out of the Europa League last year against Milan, against Manchester United, and he was the only player who played well in that squad. That's how good he is. He could like actually play really well. And then again, he have connections with Donnarumma, from Milan, so the chemistry would be nice. You know.
Do you think that Kessie is better than every midfielder at PSG apart from Marco Verratti?
Yeah, yeah. Not depends on what aspect you're looking for. I think, uh, yeah. Overall, I think Tessie is better than anyone else we've got other than Verratti.
What would he like bring to the side? Is there anything we're missing that he could bring to the side?
To be honest, I think we are the one of the most complete teams in this world right now. We are like good, like we are set for like all the positions, but except that one midfield, where we have like subpar players. Like Paredes, he's good, he's very good, but at the same time, he's not very proven. Or Idrissa Gueye, his forms come and go. So I think Kessie have actually done really well in Milan,
Is he
and
consistent?
I think he's very consistent. He's actually less injury prone. He's actually very good. I rate him very highly.
So like
He's one
in a
of those
pivot
players I
with
would love to
Verratti,
see. Mm.
like how good would he fit in?
they both are kind of similar in a way. In that he's stronger, but I think he doesn't have that vision Verratti
Mm.
have, but he could hold the ball and like
Is he a
run
runner?
through people. Yeah, not
So I
not a
think
fast runner. He runs through people. He runs through people.
does he press a lot?
Yeah, he have like a really high work rate. He's strong
So
on the ball. He's confident. Yeah.
based on what you said, him and Verratti, and you said he could also replace Verratti like in a big game, like not like fully, but on the field. I think that's great with
Yeah.
what we need, you know, because
Yeah, he'll be one hell of a signing. Yeah.
and the defense would be set. So I agree with the signing. Like I've not seen him that much. I didn't know he was consistent. That was my only worry. But yeah, I think it's an amazing signing too. Yeah,
Zayed,
yeah.
would you swap Idrissa Gueye or Danilo Pereira for Kessie?
See, this is hard because I haven't watched him. But based on what you guys have told me, I would definitely sign him. But like, are you saying swap two of them for him?
No. Either one of them.
Oh yeah, I would swap Danilo. Yeah, 100% Danilo.
And
I'll
Gueye?
keep Guy just for like big games in case we need him rotation. Like it'd be even better. So I would swap Danilo because he would not be needed, right? The test guy.
Okay. Kamal, what centre back should we go for in the case of the Kimpembe departure or in the future events when Ramos eventually leaves?
I think we could go for Kunde, the one from Sevilla. He's very good on the ball. Or we could go for a high-rated center back, but it will really cost us a lot of money, like Lucas Hernandez, for example. These are the only, I think, really good options we could buy. Or Koulibaly, but he's aging, so it won't be a good deal.
Don't you see anyone like in the category of Kunde, like a young, promising centre back that we can go after?
Conte is very good, and I rate him very well. I think he will fit perfectly more than Kimpembe because Conte is very good on the ball, and he's more like a player like a Marquinhos. But Marquinhos quality wise is very better than Conte. But Conte is still very good, and he's very young. He's 22, I think.
Do you think with him being right-footed, and if he played in Kimpembe's position, the left centre back position, will it be a problem?
No, I think it won't be a problem. At the beginning, we could see some problems, but after time, it won't be a problem. And I think by time, I think Pochettino is very good, but I think there will be a time that Pochettino has to be sacked. Not this season, but maybe the next season if he doesn't deliver the UCL or at least a final. So I think maybe you could see Conte or Zidane, but Zidane, I think Zidane is hard because he supports Marseille, but
Yeah.
we could see Conte coming in. Conte is playing a three-back defense all the time, so maybe he could bring solid defense to us.
But he has no European pedigree. That's the biggest problem with him.
This is a problem. Yeah.
Because he can't even with his teams he's had like Inter Milan. He should at least get out of group stage. He's never proved that. That's my biggest problem.
But the problem of Conte, that he has very big ambitions. So the ambitions aren't met by the club. He leaves. By Inter Milan, when they sold Hakimi, he didn't like the project, so he had to leave. That's the problem of Conte. Like otherwise, last summer, not this one. The last one when we got Rafinha, Tuchel didn't speak a word. We got him average players, apart from Keane, and he didn't cry and didn't leave the club.
But
I think Zidane is the best fit, but he would not come because he's a Marseille fan. He said.
Yeah.
But talking about Conte, you guys said before that Pochettino doesn't have like a European success or trophy. Conte is.
But he's proven it.
Yeah, but Conte is not proven in the Champions League, both with Chelsea, Juventus, and Inter.
Yeah, Pochettino's proven it with Spurs. Like,
wouldn't it be the same as having Pochettino?
Kind of, but like maybe he would be better.
No, I think Pochettino is better because last season we played very good, apart from Florenzi making stupid mistakes against Manchester City and Diallo making mistakes. But I think this time we have Nuno Mensch and Hakimi. So I think if we had the tie against Manchester City, why not win the match? And the problem is against Manchester City, we missed a lot of scoring goal chances in the first match at the Parc des Princes in the first half. If we just finish it 2-0 or 3-0, I think the match would be finished and we could go to the final. And why not win Tuchel? Why not?
Okay. Okay, hard words, hard words. Shiloh, the possibility of Jules Kunde, Koulibaly, and Lucas Hernandez, and I will add one Delict. Do you see any of them potentially signing for PSG? Is it realistic? Is their age good, and so on?
Kunde is good, but he's kind of short. I don't think he's 6 foot. He's like 5'9". That's too short for a center back, in my opinion. Koulibaly is too old. Delict, I don't think that's realistic.
Yeah.
So personally, I'd go for Bale from Rennes. He's very good. He's like 21, I think. And Fofana from Leicester City.
We could also try and get Laporte from Manchester City. He's actually there a substitute, so why not offer them, for example, 60 million and they accept it, no problem. And I think he will push because he's a very high-rated center back. So if he has a starting position in a great team like PSG, he won't say no.
But if we have
Um,
60 mil for a centre back, why don't we go for Delict, for example?
But
why
I think
do
the
we
next
He
would be
would
more.
cost around 80. Delict would cost around 80. Like it's what he's valued at, but Juventus actually really likes him over there, and they would ask for like something worldly, like 130 or 140. So I don't think we'll be paying that much for Delict. Like he have a long contract, and that's what they will ask for him. Like we won't get him for 80 or something,
Okay.
But
or anything realistic. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think that's realistic.
Why do we even need a center back, guys? Like we have Kempembe, young player. Like he's not in form, but like we can't just be like selling him just because he's not in form. Like what are we looking for?
No,
Not that Kimpembe is.
wait, can I say something?
Yeah, go on.
Kimpembe is like 27 now, I think.
26.
Oh,
26.
26, okay, 26. He's too, like, at this age, you should be consistent, you know what I mean? And you can't be having all these, like, weird games where you're amazing this game, then you're bad this game. You have to be consistent, and if you can't keep up, you gotta get sold, because
I mean, like everyone has a consistency factor, but like I think we should give him another year. You know, it's not like he's been like, that bad. Like this is the start of the season too. Him and Marquinhos, like they'd be amazing together.
yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
not saying we should sell him. I'm not saying we should sell him now, but I mean, if he doesn't perform this season, like we have to consider selling him. What do you think?
I don't know. Like maybe it's a 50-50 for me.
Zaid, what signings would you want for PSG in maybe another position?
Another position, just the midfield. To be honest, that's literally all we need.
And do you see?
Uh,
Do you see?
based on what I heard, Kessie or like maybe like another box to box like in League mainly. I really wanted Awar. Like I think he would suit us like pretty nicely, or even to Schumann. But I don't know, one of those guys, or even Kessie. I think that's all we need, a midfielder. If Kempembe can pick up form, like we have nearly the best in almost all positions.
Okay, good transition there. So, where is he? Let's talk about him. Who knows most about him?
About who?
About Tchouameni from Monaco.
Yeah, he's very good. Yeah, I think if we could get him and get Kessie, Tchouameni and Kessie and Verratti it will be very, very tasty.
Would you want a midfield three with them three playing?
Yeah, it's very, very, very good. Kessie is 25
that was perfect.
and Tchouameni is 22, I think, or 21, and Verratti is still 28, but he could still have 5 years. So I would think it would be very good, and the team will be world class in every position.
Shiloh, you know a bit about this guy. Can you tell us a little bit about him?
So this guy, I would say like he's like a mix of Busquets and Yaya Toure. Very press resistant, progressive passes, tackles, good in the air. What else?
Long.
He has a short. He has a good eye for goal as well. Interceptions, pressures. Like he's very good at counter pressing.
He was
He's good
also
at
the best
dribbling.
midfielder in League One last season.
Sorry.
He was also the best midfielder in League One last season.
Yeah. He was.
Not just
So
by
he's
Dior.
just he's just very complete. He's just very
Yeah,
complete. So I
in his
think
area.
if we got him, our midfield would go up by like 100%. Like it would be crazy. Like he's the missing piece in my opinion.
I think it will be hard to get him because for Monaco, he's like, they're easily the best talent. And you know, Monaco with that project under Kovac, their goal is to get in at UCL again. And I don't think they will sell him for like a cheap price, you know, to us.
Yeah, probably
Considering
like
we're competing with them.
70,
Like
80 million. I think.
they would give a cheaper price to Chelsea, let's say, but give a more expensive price to us. That's what they
Yeah,
do.
for sure.
Yeah. I think it's easier to get Kessie.
Yeah. But do you think actually, guys, it's rumors or it's really because Fabrizio didn't say anything about it, so I don't know if it's right or wrong.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, like the Kessie links are 100%. These ones, it's
Are you
just
sure?
speculate. I've heard from like the biggest like on Twitter and Instagram saying that we have like opened the case and Leonardo has already started to negotiate with Maldini.
I really am. I think it's true because if you think about it, Leonardo loves players from Serie A. We got a lot of players from Serie A: Verratti, Thiago Motta, Pastore, Lavezzi, Cavani, Hakimi.
Yeah, plus
Like our whole
lots of players.
is being in there.
yeah, plus he was the former sporting director in Milan before he came to PSG.
Yeah.
So he has a good relationship with the Milan side.
And Donnarumma also.
Yeah, exactly. Kevin, if let's talk about Mbappe. So, if when Mbappe departs from PSG, what are like the players you want to see PSG replace him with, and start with Joao Felix, as he was a question.
I think Felix is like a more realistic and a much suitable replacement. Uh, like just in case Mbappe leaves, uh, but I would love to see Erling Haaland because we need an out and out striker. But uh, like next year, I don't think he would uh, want to play for us because Mino Raiola wants him to play for us. But I think he wants to play in the Premier League or like in big names in football, which we are not yet. So I don't think he would want to play for us, but we could see what we do. But I think yeah, Joao Felix, and I hear a lot of people giving a lot of shout outs to Isaac from
Yeah.
La Liga. Apparently he's very good. I haven't seen much of him, so I can't really tell. I wanted Keane over here, but he got stupid Everton. Yeah, they gave the deal we asked to Juventus, and I would have wanted to see Keane over Isaac, but I guess Isaac is good. I haven't seen much, so I can't really say. Overall, I would like edge towards for Felix and Erling Haaland as a replacement.
Okay. Zayed, Isaac, Haaland, Joao Felix. Talk to me.
I think Haaland's not realistic for us because I think he's aiming for the Premier League. I don't see him like going to. I mean, he fits in perfectly in this team, but I don't see him going to this team. Considering what happened early in 2020, also, maybe he had a bad impression. I think he wants to go to like a historic club or in a project like us, like maybe in City. Who knows? I think Isaac is like a perfect replacement for Mbappe. His quality, like he's fast, he's skillful, good eye for goal, he's consistent. Like I think he's perfect for us if we don't get Haaland.
Mm,
But I don't think it's realistic either because I think he re-signed a contract, right?
who?
With Real Sociedad. Isaac.
Yeah, but like if a big sum comes to Sociedad, they will accept it.
Obviously,
Yeah, who knows? But I don't think we should go for Felix. I think it's between Isaac and Haaland. Do you really want to replace Mbappe? those two players.
Okay. Shiloh, Felix, Holland, Isaac, maybe Vlahovic.
I don't think Felix is a good idea because he's not really a striker. Um, Vlahovic would be pretty good. Isaac would be perfect because he's young and exciting. He's young, exciting talent, so I'd probably pick him. And yeah, good player, can dribble, can play with his back to goal. That's the type of striker you want.
Holland and Isaac.
Holland, I don't think that's realistic because what happened last time, when we played against each other, and also he how old is Holland? I think he's like 21 or something like that.
Yeah.
20. I don't see him coming to the league personally. Like, cause he can't go to Madrid, he can go to the Premier League. I think you'd rather go there than join us.
But with Milan Raiola being his agent and having a very good like connection with Leonardo, do you think that there's no chance of him signing for PSG?
Also, what happened with Mbappe? Because we didn't let Mbappe leave, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Haaland sees that as, whoa, if I sign for them, I'll never be able to leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, because when you sign for PSG, you're basically making a commitment, and I don't see him doing that, to be honest.
Yeah, I think he would want to go to a historic club like with Paul, like either Barca, or Madrid.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
I only see him at two clubs, Chelsea or City, and I think City's his main priority. I don't see him at United or Liverpool. And in League One, like there's a chance of him coming, only if those clubs reject him. I would say for now, because of his price tag.
And
Or
lastly,
even Bayern can have a go with him, because like
Yeah,
PSG
yeah.
and Dortmund.
and lastly Isaac.
I think he recently signed a new contract with Sociedad, and his new release clause is like 90 million. That's doable, I think. So I'll pick him.
Have you seen anything from Isaac?
Yeah, I've seen him. Did y'all watch him against Sweden against Spain? I think he was pretty good. He scored a goal. His link up was very good with what was that other guy's name? Kulifescu or some shit like that from
Kulusevski.
Juventus. Yeah. Yeah, so Isaac is he's a good player. If he played with Messi and Neymar, he'd improve a lot.
Yeah, sounds good. And anything about transfers, incoming players, outgoing players? Anyone want to talk about? Zayed, Kevin,
Already,
Shiloh.
yeah, I said what's his name? Ryan Gravenberch from Ajax. I really want him.
Would he
So
fit in
hopefully
the
sign him next
midfield
year.
with Verratti in a two-man midfield?
No, he's more of a like he would play like on the left in a midfield three. He's not really a DM like that. So yeah.
Okay. Zayed, any transfer player you want to talk about? Anything?
No, I think there's nothing. Like I think we should be happy with what we have. Like those are the only rumors for like next year. I think we covered everything for the transfer area.
Okay. Alright, lastly, the Dior deal. Who wants to start first?
I'll start, I guess.
Okay, Shiloh.
So we were what's it called? Hugo Boss, and now we're with Dior. Big deal. I don't really like what does that to say?
Like, is this a good thing for PSG?
Yeah, obviously it's a good thing because more exposure. It's a big brand. Yeah, it's good, but I don't see the big deal, to be honest.
Okay. Kevin. Kevin, are you here?
Yeah.
What do you think
I'm
about the
here.
ordeal?
I think it's a very, it's we are used to getting big brand deals. I think it's good for us. Like overall, you know, uh, it's good exposure. It's an actual. Yeah. It's That's all I have to say. I don't have much to say about this.
Okay. Zaid, Dior, do you think
Yeah, it's a
Dior?
great brand. Like we're a young club, like but like we have some good attraction in the club. Like getting big brand deals like this just makes like our club even like more popular. It's good for League One. It's good for PSG. So it's another good one. I like it. I agree. I think it's really good.
Would you say
It's like the
like
Jordan one.
it's a big thing? Like this is
Yeah,
Dior's first
yeah, it's a
sport
huge thing.
deal.
Huge thing.
This was Jordan's first football deal.
Yeah, I think it's a huge thing for a club like us. Like so ambitious. Even from the start in our past, we always won things. From the start when the club was created. I think it's a great deal, and I think we're trying to go global. We're trying to bring like more popularity to our club. So this brand deal will help.
Okay. All right. Lastly, just a quick question. So, Shiloh, what are your thoughts on Dagba? Colin Dagba, his situation. Should he be sold? Stay?
Um, so I really like Dagba, but he's very injury prone. So I don't know if we should sell him or not because he's an academy player. He's French. I think I'll keep it for one more season. And if he doesn't play like at least like 20 matches, then we should consider selling him.
Okay. Kevin, any last thing you want to add?
About Dagba,
No, about anything PSG related this past week.
mm, not really.
Zaid?
What was the question about Dagba?
No, you want to say anything like about recent PSG news this past
Um,
week?
I think this is the only news. I think we covered everything.
Shiloh?
Um, I think no, there's nothing. There's nothing.
Okay.
You have to wait till we start playing again.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah.
The last question I will ask everybody is Zaid, you can start. What's your prediction for Paris Saint-Germain against Clermont this Saturday?
I'm gonna go. I think our defense has been like for a team like us, we should like at least keep one clean sheet. I don't think we've been like that good lately, defense wise. Clermont's been decent, but I think we can keep a clean sheet, maybe like 3-0, I would say.
Okay. Kevin?
I don't think we have been that good defensively this season so far. I think it's about time we gave Gianluigi Donnarumma his start. So you know, since we are playing Club Brugge, I think maybe you should let Donnarumma start because he is fit. He did play for Italy. He did really quite well, if you ask me. So I don't know. I see us having a 3-1 win. Not losing. We are not losing anyway, but I don't see us keeping the clean sheet because defensively we haven't been that great lately.
Okay. So what's the predicted result?
3-1.
3-1. Alright, lastly, Shiloh.
2-1.
How do you think the game will go? Will Donnarumma start?
I don't think Donnarumma will start, and I think because Messi and Neymar they didn't play, so I think most of the South American players will get game time before it. So I think it will be a decent game. Cameroon Foot have been really good this season, so I don't see us like beating them like 4-1 or something, or 4-0, like something like that. So 2-1, my prediction.
Okay, my prediction is 3-1. I believe most of our superstars will be either rested or play a part, maybe coming on as substitutions or leaving the field early. So 3-1 is my prediction. Thank you all for coming. So Zayed, thank you.
No problem.
Thank you, Kevin, for being here.
Yeah, bro, no problem.
And lastly, of course, Shiloh and Kamal, who isn't here right now, but Shiloh, thank you for being here.
Always a pleasure.
So, this has been the end of PSG Show, episode 2. We talked about international duties for our players, Hakimi, Verratti, Donnarumma, Diallo. We talked about our new player, Nuno Mendes, and potential arrivals and departures in Kessie, Tchouameni, and Kimpembe, Idrissa Gueye. And we talked about the new brand deal in Dior. If you like this video, make sure to press the like button, put on notifications, and subscribe to my channel to never miss any of the PSG shows. Other than that, have a nice